Hello there, and welcome to this walk around video for the new Honda Ny1. This particular grade we're looking at is the Advance grade, and this colour is the launch colour, Aqua Topaz. Starting at the front with this really sleek headline design across here and the grille-less look to the front. It really hints at a more dynamic performance that you're going to get from the car once you're sat inside, a bit more of the technology that's in there as well. So really sort of immediate cues there, really nice. And the LED lights themselves, of course, they are low drain, but they do have a really high output in terms of light, so you get better reaction times at night. You can see further at night as well, and the frequency of the LED lights is much more akin to daylight. Moving along to the white Honda logo at the front. This is new for us at Honda. This is part of our new Honda electric vision, if you will. So this is the identity moving forward. And this badge is actually on the front of the charging port for this battery electric vehicle. Now, this is a really nice bit of design. I do like this. You have a button to press just over here. So you press this, and it folds up and into the body of the car. Really nice. You'll see straight away there is a courtesy light. I do like that. When you're charging at night, when you've got your charging cable, you can plug it in. You can actually see what it is that you're looking at. And in order to access those ports, little buttons on there and on there. So you can do that for the normal charging, and when you have your ultra fast charging, you can put that in there as well. So all very neat and handy. You also have a really nice touch here. We have these charge status lights. So when the car is charging, they pulse left to right. But I think part of a digital signature to the car, really nice to look at. And also from a distance, you can see if the car is still charging, if you don't want to look at it on your app. It also gives you a digital hand wave. So when the charging has completed and you remove the cable, it actually gives you, again, another quick little pulse on the lights there. So really nice touch. And to close it, fold it down, click it into place. Moving down the side of the car, you'll see the 18-inch wheels as standard across the range, but there's really short overhangs front and rear with the wide stance on the car as well. You can see it's going to really afford you high levels of grip and stability. Really do like that. We also have underneath the door mirrors, you can get a closer look at those cameras as part of that multi-camera view system. So if you're driving certainly on some of the narrower roads, or if you are parking in a particularly narrow space, this is going to be ideal. A fantastic little bit of kit. So moving to the rear passenger area. Now, as you can see, there is a very generous amount of space in the back for the rear passengers. That's also accentuated by the fact there's no transmission tunnel, so tons of legroom as well. There are twin air vents and twin USB-C charging ports, so connectivity and comfort for all the passengers. The trim levels as well, the synthetic leather available in this light grey, also in a black as well. That's standard across the range. And the cherry on the cake for the advanced car is the panoramic roof as well. So light, airy space as well. The new Honda identity is also reflected at the rear. There is no Honda badge on the back of the car, but the brand name in a stylized font. We also have the full LED lights running across the full width of the car as well. Again, just denoting that sort of more premium aspect of the car, whilst also giving it that wider stance. Very powerful. Now, the Ny1 also comes with a hands-free electric powered tailgate. So basically that means it's much easier to use when you're carrying heavy loads or your bags of shopping. Now, so long as you've got the key fob on you, I'll put it in my pocket, as soon as you get within range, usually 3 feet or a meter, however you want to call it, it senses that you're here. Now, usually within the center of the bumper underneath, you just do a quick in and out, and it actually powers the tailgate. But what it does actually do is it reveals this very rectangular, very user-friendly aperture for putting those loads in and out of the car. A nice low load level as well, so you're not hurting your back with any heavier loads, and also nice and flat, so it's easy to slide loads in and out. We have twin LED lights in the back as well, lighting that up beautifully, and you have, covering the boot space, this rather flexible, lightweight cover here that stops anybody being able to see into the boot and any of the valuables you have stored in there. We also have a walk-away function on here. So once you do have your hands full, if you're carrying anything, you don't really want to be sort of resting stuff and pressing buttons. What you would do is you would press that, the light goes green, and then you have plenty of time to take your item, and it's once you've walked away out of the range of the sensor, it will actually close. Right, let's move to the driver's seat. As soon as you sit in this car, that's when you start to get a real sense of the sort of premium quality of the materials and really high levels of comfort, even down to the cushioning on these seats. And when you combine that with the really great suspension setup in this car, you can see it really competes like it's superior to any other car in this segment. And this truly flat instrument panel across here with the hidden wipers and that flat bonnet combined with this picture style windscreen, the levels of visibility are really quite superb as well. Really confidence inspiring, that's the phrase I should use. Your A-pillars a little bit further back, but the door mirrors again set away from those. There's really very little in the way of blind spots around here. That sort of sense of airiness, that lightness, is a really happy place to be, is this. The high specification features also start to make themselves known in the car. For example, we have these air diffuser vents either side of the display here, and it's a really efficient way of actually heating the car up or cooling it down. Instead of having the hot air blasting at you or the cold air blasting at you, you can have these, as the name suggests, diffusing that through the cabin front to rear in a much more elegant and efficient way. However, if it is freezing cold outside or boiling hot, if you do want a quick temperature change, you can use the dials on the front of these vents to actually change those settings. So 12 o'clock position, it is diffusion mode. Turn it to 9 o'clock on the driver's side and you've got the air coming towards you, and then turn it to 6 o'clock and it switches it off. There is also this rather lovely 10.25-inch TFT screen. Now that basically displays pretty much all the information you could want, and you can change those settings using the thumb wheel on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. But the really eye-catching part of this car is the 15-inch infotainment screen in the middle. Let me tell you a little bit more about this. It's been split into 3 very easy to use zones. There is the connect zone at the top. So that basically is where you can see your in-car navigation, but also it's the display for when you've connected your smartphone. So wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, those interfaces would appear on that screen, which is where you want it. Eyes on the road, flick over here, come back. Nice and easy to use. The middle zone, that one is the audio display, and as it suggests in the name, that's where your audio interface is also displayed. So DAB, FM, all of those different aspects of audio or entertainment, if you will. If I press the home button on there, you also get the apps on there. So you can then go into some of the menus on here where you can change the settings, change the themes. You can start to personalize this car experience for yourself. You also have the power flow meter on here as well, which for an electric vehicle is really important. So you can see how much remaining battery you've got, really key is what your range is, and when you're driving you can see where the flow of energy is going to and from in the battery. So if you are using these paddles, that's where you can really start to see the benefit of having that brake regeneration. In the bottom section, this is the HVAC section, or heating, ventilation and air conditioning. This is where you can control the heat and the sort of basically the speed of the fans or those fantastic diffusers from this particular screen as well. Now, instead of thinking, oh gosh, that looks like a digital screen, I'm going to have lots and lots of menus to go through, again, we've thought ahead on this one. At the bottom of each zone are set buttons that are always there, that are the main most popular features that you would want. So for example, I know there's nothing more frustrating than trying to change the temperature in the car but not being able to find the buttons to do it. All of those at the bottom of the screen, including the heated seat buttons. Really nice in winter. So yeah, 3 easy to use zones with dedicated buttons for all the features and functions that you really want. I really like this bit of design, nice and simple. The Ny1 is also equipped with paddles behind the steering wheel. They can change the level of brake regeneration that you wish to have in the car. So basically there is up and down in terms of the levels that you choose. And what do? They actually get the electric motor to create more resistance and create free electricity. Basically, if you're driving around town, doing a school run, doing a shopping run, you're going to be stopping and starting and slowing down, and that's your friend in an electric vehicle. So if you change the regeneration levels to suit your comfort in the car as well, that's what's going to maximize your economy and extend your range in the car. Really nice system. Now, no matter what the length of your journey, whether you're doing long miles or whether it's a short trip round to the shops, safety is key with this car. You have Honda sensing as standard across the range, making this one of the safest cars you can drive on a short or long journey. And some of the technologies that includes are collision mitigation braking system, collision mitigation throttle system, you have lane exit mitigation system as well, lane keep assist, traffic jam assist. Now the traffic jam assist works in combination with the adaptive cruise control. So that basically keeps you at a set gap or interval from the car in front. But with traffic jam assist, that can actually do that and get you down to 0 miles an hour, which is what happens in traffic jams. And there's nothing more frustrating than having to stop and start and stop and start. This system, if it gets down to 0 miles an hour, if the traffic moves again within 5 seconds, will automatically move you along with that traffic and help you keep in your lane. However, after 5 seconds of being stopped, what happens is it will pause, and if you want to resume, you simply press resume or restart on the button here, or you touch the throttle gently and it will take over for you. It's just another one of those things that help take the stress and strain out of your daily commute or your daily drive. I absolutely love that system. Another couple of points of technology that are standard across the range include the wireless charging pad. Now, so long as your phone is compatible and your phone case doesn't stop this happening, you can just put your phone on there and it will charge super smooth, super easy. Before you know it, you have a full charge ready to go. Apple CarPlay is wireless, that's standard across the range, and Android Auto is also standard, but you do need to plug in a cable for that. For enhanced connectivity, we also have the My Honda Plus app. So even from the comfort of your own home, you can be connected to the car, check the status of charge, you can precondition it. You can also see whether any service warnings have come up as well. So really nice, good way to keep connected to the car. 2 final features I really want to bring to your attention on the advanced grade are the panoramic roof and the parking pilot system. So a lighter, airier interior and a car that can park itself in stressful conditions. What could be more premium than that? Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you about the Honda Ny1. Now, if you have any other questions or any specifics about options you want to apply to the car, I know your local retailer would be delighted to have that conversation with you. Or if you want to continue your Honda journey, you can go to honda.co.uk. But for now, I'd just like to thank you for joining me on this video, and I really hope you get to spend some time in an ENY1 really soon.